Hi, welcome back everybody. It's Michael Newton down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and we're going to take a look today at the new TaylorMade M5 Titanium fairway wood, and in particular the 3 wood. We're going to maybe test the technology in the head. We're going to have a look at this movable weight. We've got neck sleeve adjustment and show you some numbers through GC2 HMT on the floor of its performance, but also my feedback of its looks, feel, and how it possibly will suit me. So just before we jump into the video, if you haven't subscribed and you're enjoying the content I'm putting out there, then please consider doing so. Smash that subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notifications of any future video that land on my channel. You'll be the very first ones to watch it. And also hook up on my social media platforms, both Instagram and Twitter, and the handles there are at @MMGolfCoach. Okay, so TaylorMade M5 Titanium fairway wood. So we've seen titanium fairways in the past, but they've sort of come back now with the M5. So we've got titanium face, titanium body with a carbon crown on this particular club here. So obviously saving a lot of weight through the titanium material and also the carbon, but then they are chucking in a massive 65-gram weight, stainless steel weight in the sole, which is movable into that heel and toe section. So adjustability, and pretty big adjustability. 65 grams is a lot. It's 30% of the actual weight of the head. So bigger movability there. So we could possibly have a little look at that through this video and move that around and see how that affects actual ball flight. But I'm going to start off with it in a central position, which is neutral. Got it set at 15 degrees, which is the standard loft option on a 3 wood. So we're going to get this first one hit. And first impressions, putting that down by the ball, it's a lovely shape. I mean, I'm a really big fan of that matte carbon sort of top now. Lovely sort of red lipstick around the back there, just sort of highlights the back edge of the golf club there, and that silver front section. So sits lovely behind the ball. Nice shaping of the head. Okay, just turn that one over a little bit of that left hand side, but the strike was nice. And it seemed to be flighting quite nicely also. That's 272, so not a bad one out there for a 3 wood. So we're seeing TaylorMade introduce twist face for the first time in the fairway woods, and to be honest, as much as I like the shaping of the head, the face does look quite curved in a way from that heel to toe. So there does look a lot of curvature. Not so much that is maybe the twist face, because I know the twist face is pulled down at the heel and up at the toe, as in backwards. Don't really sort of see that, but it's just it looks a big sort of curvature on the actual face there. So to me, it gives an impression that I need to me it feels like I really got to hit the middle of the club face here, otherwise it's going to start off in different directions. So maybe just not quite filling me the confidence of maybe hitting straighter shots possibly. Yeah, a little bit low in the face that one, but not a bad strike to be honest. And again, the sound's nice, a little bit straighter with that particular shot, not quite as long, again low in the face. I imagine that spin will have crept up quite a bit there with that low strike. Yeah, so 1,000 difference of the backspin there, higher with that slight low strike, and we know strike's going to change that spin number. That was a nice shot. Good strike, a little bit of that right hand side, a bit more neutral, but not by much, so quite a nice shot there. That's 260. Okay, so what I'm just going to do now is I'm going to change around the neck sleeve, because obviously I can change neck sleeve, change the loft, and I'm going to put it in its strongest loft position, so I can go up or down by up to 2 degrees. So I'm going to go down by 2, make it into a 13-degree fairway, which could be a good option maybe off the tee, but we've got to remember with TaylorMade neck sleeve, as you go down in the loft, it'll actually open the club face a little bit, so you've got to take that into account, possible shot shape. So I'm going to do that first, and then we might start moving around with that weight. Okay, so knock that loft now down to 13 degrees using the neck adjustment. So noticeably when I put that down by the ball now, that just sits a fraction open to me. Probably now I look at that, it doesn't look massively open. It maybe just looked a little bit slightly toed in on the the neutral setting of 15 degree. Putting it down to 13 actually just opens it a fraction, but nothing major, which I quite like. It just seems to be a bit more of a neutral square sitting position here, but obviously playing at 13 degrees. So we'll see how this maybe comes out with the ball speed and the launch, and possibly a bit of shot direction.
Okay,
Okay, so that was definitely a lower ball flight there. Again, just working up that left side a bit here. So this is where maybe I just want to be interested to see how this movable weight in a minute might just be able to help me reduce that left shot. I struck that one really nice. That's flown a little bit higher because of a better strike, just slightly up that left side. So I've moved the loft down to 13 degrees. I'm going to now move that weight into the fade, so into the toe side of it to make it more fade bias, because you can see there's a pattern. Again, this is probably a little bit more me obviously than the club, but just moving up that left hand side a little bit. And I want to try and reduce that shot a little bit, so I'm going to move that weight more into the toe section. Right, so I've kept it at 13 degree, so down and loft by 2 through the neck sleeve, and I've now moved the 65 gram stainless steel weight more into into that toe section, so it's creating a little bit more of a fade bias. But let's see if that is the case with the shots that I see. Okay, that's a great strike. I've moved that up the right hand side there, so that's different. Now obviously, again, is that me reacting to that, knowing it's in that position? I don't know, but that's definitely gone up that right hand side. Feels lovely. Yeah, very, very neutral there. It's just sort of slightly starting to that right and holding its line there. It's definitely not turning over to that left hand side, so it feels like an element of more if I can control that ball flight there. Okay, I'm just going to hit one more shot, and then we'll look at some numbers a little bit more detail. And this one, I'm going to really try and hit this one. I'm going to really commit to this, hit this one pretty hard. Sometimes when I see a club that can turn over for me, I'm very reluctant to hit it hard because it feels like I'm going to work it further left. So I'm going to put this to the test here. 13 degree, we've got a weight in that fade bias. I'm going to hit this hard. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's a super strike. That is really neutral. That's a frozen rope shot. That's going to be on the line. Yeah, okay, that was pretty straight, wasn't it? Wow, I should just smash it as hard as I can on most shots. So that was really good. So again, that's a confidence that I'm not going to turn that over. That stayed really sort of neutral there, and obviously one of the straight shots I've hit in this video. So let's look at some numbers in a little bit more detail. As we've changed around with that club, with the neck set in the loft, and also that weight position, and see what's happened with those numbers. Okay, so let's look at some numbers. So we've got the, as it was, 15 degree on the right with a neutral weight, and then we dropped it down to 13 degree neutral weight, and then we put 13 degree then with the weight going into the toe to make it more sort of fade bias. So looking at the sort of numbers here, I'm really going to sort of look at the side dispersion numbers here. So you can see with the standard 15 degree, I see I averaged at 500 L, which is left spin, so everything's working right to left through the air, which is fine. You know, it's a draw shape. It's then how controllable maybe is that. So you can see the misses there were 19 left, 12 left, and then 2 to the right. Just dropping the loft down 13 degree, you can see that hasn't really changed anything with that spin number, so 552, so pretty much identical. Again, still just turn it over a little bit to the left, so I've still got that little left miss in there at 27 left, which I'm keen to sort of get out really. So I'm putting it into 13, but then putting the weight, that 65 gram weight in the toe section, make it a little bit more, slowing that toe down basically, so harder to turn it over. You can see that's quite quickly changed the number there to a 184 average R, which is right spin. So very much more neutral and nothing going left. Then got a little bit miss up that right hand side with the first one, but then obviously that last one there where I committed to it, I got that zero line with very little left to right sort of spin on it. So distance wise with those three shots, we've got 243 carry, standard 15 degree neutral weight, 244 pretty identical, just going down 13 degree actually, so I didn't actually get any more sort of distance there. Just got a lower flight, so you can see 32 against 27, so I just altered the flight but hasn't actually changed the distance there. And then with the fade bias, you can see it hit that a little bit higher there actually, probably just got a little bit left to right spin, just climbs it a little bit more, so 33 peak height, but did get a little bit more distance out of that at 254. Okay, so there we have it. There's the M5 Titanium 3-wood, and maybe a little bit of a mini sort of fitting there. Obviously very quick fitting in a way, and there's a lot more detail you can go into through a proper fitting session. But maybe just gives you an idea what M5 can offer in terms of adjustable neck sleeve. Obviously that movable weight, 65 grams, a lot. And it did make a big difference there to my side spin numbers and the sort of shots that I was getting. So see, potentially there is some real dialing in to do with the M5 product, and obviously looking at against M6 you got the neck sleeve adjustment, but then that's it. There's no weight sort of positioning there. So for argument's sake, I could have just kept hitting those right to lefts there. Even though I dropped the loft, which does open the face a little bit, I'll still turn them over to the right to left. So I wouldn't then really need the M5 with that weight just to help me change that dispersion number a little bit more. So price point M5, you know, it is top end, it's titanium, so it's a bit like driver prices, just sort of below obviously. You've got the adjustability, so it is a bit of a heavy price, but I think the one that I would quite like to get my hands on, which unfortunately I haven't, is the Rocket M5. Obviously the strong 14 degree, then knocking that down to maybe 12, doing a similar thought thing. That would be a great driver replacement, and be interested to see the sort of numbers that thing sort of produces really. But fire comments down below. M5 Titanium, is that something that may be on your radar to try? Do you feel like you need that adjustability in the head for certain shot shapes? It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts as always, so do comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, then obviously please do so. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon to get notifications of future videos. Still offering online lessons, so a lot of you guys are hooking up. Just recently done one for a client over from Mexico, sent me these videos in. Really nice swing of the golf club, helped him out massively there, so he's doing really well. So obviously if you can fire videos in, that would be great. There's details in the link down below. Brand new website's just gone live, so if you want to go and have a little look at that also, give me some feedback on what you think. michaelnewtongolf.co.uk, and I'll appreciate your feedback as ever, and if not, we'll catch up with you all very soon.